The next opponent for Teofimo Lopez has been revealed, and it's not exactly the fighter everyone hoped for. Lopez will face off against Canadian Steve Claggett, which left many fans scratching their heads. Even Eddie Hearn expected someone else like Catterall or Raymond Muratalla. Can Claggett make an upset, or will Lopez solidify his status among his rivals? Let's take a look. But before we do that, make sure to like and subscribe. Teofimo Lopez's upcoming title defense has finally been confirmed nearly 2 months after it was first announced. Top Rank revealed that the Takeover will face off against Canadian veteran Steve Claggett on June 29th at the James L. Knight Center in Miami, Florida. Interestingly, this ESPN event will likely overlap with Juan Francisco Estrada versus Bam Rodriguez on The Zone. Claggett, aged 34, will be getting his first shot at a world title almost 16 years after he began his professional boxing career. While his record may not be flawless, Claggett isn't your typical fighter who merely pads his stats by taking on lesser opponents. He boasts notable victories over Yves Ulysse Jr. and Petros Ananian. And despite facing some losses, he hasn't been knocked out in over a decade. Moreover, several of his defeats since then have been close decisions. Although Steve Claggett might not pose as significant a challenge to Teofimo Lopez as some of his previous opponents like Sandor Martin and Jamaine Ortiz, it's still a commendable opportunity for Claggett, who has worked hard to reach this point in his career. Lopez, with a record of 20 wins and 1 loss, expressed his excitement about fighting in South Florida, where he grew up and honed his skills as a boxer. He sees this as a chance not only to defend his world title, but also to showcase his talent to his fans from Honduras and the wider Latino community. The matchup with Claggett is intriguing for Lopez, as he anticipates seeing what kind of style his opponent will bring to the ring. Despite facing difficulty in finding willing opponents, Lopez believes Claggett will provide both him and the fans with an exciting fight to watch. In the co-feature, former WBO featherweight champion Robice Ramirez will return to the ring against Brandon Lee Benitez. Ramirez, who endured a tough battle against Rafael Espinosa last December, is familiar with setbacks in his professional career, but is expected to perform well. Benitez, on the other hand, has been on a winning streak since his 2019 knockout loss and notably defeated former champion Sukan 2 years ago. Considering the circumstances, Benitez seems like a suitable opponent for Ramirez's comeback fight. The opening bout features Nico Ali Walsh continuing his comeback journey against Sona Akel. Akel, at 36 years old, holds the sole victory in Cameron Creel's recent string of losses. This matchup suggests that Akel may not present a significant challenge to Walsh, especially given Creel's recent struggles in the ring. Teofimo Lopez, a boxer with a record of 20 wins and 1 loss, has made a mark in the boxing world. Growing up in South Florida, he rose to fame by winning the IBF lightweight world title in December 2019. His victory against Richard Comey secured a second-round knockout, marked the beginning of his championship journey. The following year, he achieved even greater heights by defeating pound-for-pound king Vasily Lomachenko to claim multiple titles, the WBO, WBC, and WBO belts. However, Lopez faced a setback in November 2021 when he suffered a shocking defeat to George Kambosos Jr., losing all his belts in an unexpected upset. Undeterred, the 26-year-old boxer transitioned to the junior welterweight division in August 2022. His debut in this weight loss class was impressive, with a 7th-round TKO victory over Pedro Campa. Subsequently, he secured a points verdict against Spanish southpaw Sandor Martin in December of the same year. In June 2023, Lopez delivered a memorable performance by defeating former undisputed champion Josh Taylor to claim the ring belt. This victory solidified his position as a top-tier boxer in the sport. He continued to showcase his skills by defeating his crown against former amateur rival Jamaine Ortiz in February, earning a unanimous decision victory. Lopez's journey in boxing has been marked by triumphs, setbacks, and relentless determination, establishing him as one of the most formidable champions in the ring. Steve Claggett, hailing from Calgary, Canada, brings a wealth of experience to the ring as a 15-year veteran in the sport of boxing. With a record of 38 wins, 7 losses, and 2 draws, Claggett has established himself as a formidable contender in his weight class. Notably, he has remained undefeated since 2021, showcasing his skill and resilience inside the ring. In 2023, Claggett had an impressive run, going 4-0 with 2 knockout victories. He began the year by stopping Rafael Guzman Lugo in the 7th round in March, demonstrating his ability to finish fights decisively. This was followed by a dominant performance against former world champion Alberto Machado, who Claggett defeated via 3rd-round TKO in June. Continuing his winning streak, Claggett secured victories over Carlos Sanchez in September and Miguel Madueño in November, both by decision. His consistent success in the ring highlights his determination and dedication to his craft. Entering 2024 with momentum on his side, Claggett wasted no time in adding another win to his record. In January, he dispatched Marcos Gonzalez Barrera in just 2 rounds, further solidifying his status as a top contender in the boxing world. Claggett's impressive track record and recent victories position him as a formidable opponent for Teofimo Lopez in their upcoming bout. Some fans were initially disappointed when they learned about the fight and wondered if they couldn't pick him a better opponent. During the post-fight press conference following Jack Catterall's victory over Josh Taylor, matchroom promoter Eddie Hearn was very direct in expressing his desire for a fight between Catterall and Teofimo Lopez. Hearn criticized Lopez's upcoming title defense against Steve Claggett, describing it as a disappointing matchup. He emphasized that Catterall would be a much more suitable opponent for Lopez. Hearn highlighted Claggett's toughness but expressed his reluctance to consider him as an opponent for other fighters due to his several losses. He indicated that a fight between Catterall and Lopez would be a significant event and a proper challenge for both fighters. Hearn also mentioned the potential for hosting such a bout in Manchester, emphasizing Catterall's ability to draw large crowds. While acknowledging the possibility of a rubber match between Catterall and Taylor, Hearn made it clear that their priority is to pursue a world title opportunity for Catterall. He emphasized their eagerness to secure big fights and mentioned the potential for future events in locations like Riyadh. Teofimo reportedly declined a bout against the highly regarded Raymond Muratalla, a rising star in the eyes of Top Rank. This decision was expected given Teofimo's current fighting style and the potential challenges Muratalla could pose. By choosing Claggett, Teofimo secures a likely victory, allowing him to maintain his status and keep casual viewers engaged. There's speculation that Teofimo may be mentally affected by his recent controversial win against Jermaine Ortiz in February. Ortiz outperformed Teofimo in the ring, raising doubts about the judge's decision to award Teofimo the victory. This choice of opponent suggests Teofimo's awareness of his performance against Ortiz and his desire for a safer matchup to ensure continued success as the WBO 140-pound champion. Following Teofimo's contentious wins over Ortiz, Sandor Martin, and Vasily Lomachenko, questions have arisen about his championship status, likening him to Rolando Rolly Romero, another controversial figure in boxing. Despite everything, Teofimo Lopez needs to absolutely win this fight if he wants to have any shot at greatness. Devin Haney lost to Ryan Garcia, and we can still see how he can't let go of the outcome of the match and tries everything he can to get the match decision reversed. Losses like this are career-changing. One moment you are on the top of the world and the next you are almost gone. It was similar to Lopez when he lost to George Kambosos Jr. It was a huge shock to everyone. But at least we are getting to the point where losses are normal and acceptable in boxers' careers. The trend where boxers had to be undefeated was doing more harm to the sport and community than good. Fighters were afraid to pick risky fights just because of that record. But now, hopefully that changes. It's clear to Lopez that it's not the end of the world. He just needs to get his confidence back, and I'm pretty sure he is going to go back to his winning ways. What are your thoughts? Will Lopez succeed in his steps to get better fights, or will he hit a roadblock with Claggett? Let us know in the comments below, and don't forget to like and subscribe.